Is it you?
I look at that. I need to screen grab that.
That is so good. Do you screen grab it? Screen grab it.
No, I just had a technical fault already coming in.
Really? That's
Yeah.
not like you.
Yeah. Bloody image won't post, would it? And Ash's naff link.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Are we being less energetic because our person is really energetic today?
It's Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry?
This one's gonna be very, very energetic.
Is it? How energetic on a scale of 1 to 65?
66.
77.
How was your week, everyone, from a scale to 1 to Chuck Norris, RIP legend?
You can't even, all the effort you put in, look, you can't even see it. It just says
it's gonna be seeing after.
Cut. Chuck Norris. I'm a hard second N on Chuck Norris. I'm that far in. I had a great week. I had a shit day, but I think my week has been Wu-Tangified to life.
It's true. You were at another.
Your dreams come alive, Wes.
Almost. Every time I see him, it comes that one step closer, and I thought it was going to be this time, and then it didn't happen.
Very well.
Everyone, Rick somber. Let's start again. What's going on
here? I know we had that news about Chuck Norris. Everyone's a little bit down now.
Come on.
Everyone in the chat, let us know where you're joining from and how was your week from 1 to, what did we say, 1 to 65? Yeah. Let us know how it was. How was your Ash? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, mine was good. It got really a lot better the moment I left you.
Yeah, and then you cheated on me, didn't you, basically, you bastards?
Yeah. Me and Ash were cruising around the UK working on a big divestment and merger in the maritime B2B business. Really interesting project, really tough proposition, but a great bunch of people. Can't wait to put the strategy out. My week was half really good and half really shit. So what does that make it?
That means half your week didn't have Wes in it.
Mate, I was driving to the airport and a fucking tree fell on my car right at the right time. And I Googled it and it was like 1 in a million chance to drive and be hit by a car while you're driving. And yeah, so I smashed my car. I don't know if it's a savable. So that was it. Then I traveled to the UK. I met with Ash. Things got immediately better. We had some great time in Bristol. Then we went to Poole. Then we went to Bournemouth. And then back home was lovely.
Wow, we've got some talent in here. Look, there's some guy listening to us while he's riding a bike. In the chat.
Be safe. Hope you're wearing a helmet.
Brilliant. Apparently, Daria is Poland. Chuck Norris week. Apparently,
it is Chuck Norris week officially.
Did he die on his week? I mean, that's a bit sad.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that the man is immortal.
Joy is really happy. Not only is she really happy, she's got a name that says she's really happy.
She has to be happy, right? She's been branded happy since she came to the world. So Joy, you have to live that. That's a value proposition right there, isn't it?
Positioning. Woo.
Yeah. Anjali from India. We've got the main man, Ian. He don't
believe it. He don't believe that Chuck's dead.
Yeah, I can't believe Chuck's dead.
But there's no numbers. Come on, throw your numbers up.
Want to see your numbers?
Hey, what's up?
While people are throwing their numbers, Wes, what is the water cooler for the people joining us for the very first time?
The water cooler is a genius idea that came from 3 guys that got together during lockdown. And the idea came from that on a Friday, we would get together at the end of the week and basically talk shit.
With who?
With each other.
And
what happened, that evolved into a bigger thing where the theory of the water cooler came along. from the US, where we would kill time at the end of the week on a Friday. We'd probably meet somebody we didn't know, and we'd probably find out something that we didn't know either. So therefore,
Yeah.
we introduced the water cooler to the world and blessed all you guys in the chat, didn't we?
Did, and we had some amazing legends as well in the past, and those episodes are available on YouTube as well. If you missed a few, we had Christo, Martin Neumeyer, David Becker, Simon Dixon. We had Roy Sutherland, some other legends as well. So go and check them out. And the thing is that the guest is always secret until the very end, so you never know who you're gonna get. And today we have another legend, a legend of energy,
a lot of energy.
This one's a really special one as well because, like, he's a brand strategist, he's a creative, he's also one of the number one fans of the water cooler.
He's been from day one, I think, or day two. He was like early. Yeah,
which makes us number one fans of his as well. He's amazing. He's very funny, and can't wait to have him on. So basically, we're going to be talking about brand energy. Do brands have energy, and how do you activate them? So brands feel electric, dynamic, and impossible to ignore. How do you make that happen? So the person that we have got on today, his work is focused on helping brands express themselves through creative thinking and design. His extensive experience working through branding campaigns and creative strategy, almost 3 decades, ladies and gentlemen, 3 decades. And finally, actually, this is an interesting one. He's the only brand strategist I know that you will find with their pants down on their own website.
It's true.
Yeah, don't believe me? Check it out. Give him a warm welcome. He is the creative director at Flux Creative, Mark Flawless.
Here he is.
How's it going, guys?
Right now, but we don't make sure.
Yes, you had to bring up the pants down on the toilet. That's. If I'm going to be known for something,
it's gotta be that. So have you got your pants up now or not?
I couldn't possibly say. Oh. I'm not at liberty to divulge such a thing. I may not.
Let's see how it goes. Maybe we're gonna find out.
Let's see how it goes.
We should do that. We should use that going forward, shouldn't we? I never thought. Like, why don't we, after 3, everyone stand up? Like, we should do that with guests.
It's risky. It's risky.
That one, yeah.
It is a risky maneuver, but yeah. I mean, I've made it. I'm on the water cooler.
Yeah, you're on the cooler, bro.
He's going to be keeping us entertaining. The comments.
Yeah, we need somebody in the chat now to take your role.
That's it. I mean, sorry guys, I can't do both, but I mean, I could if you want to, and just talk to you through chat. It's weird because you're you're not. I'm not used to you talking back. I said that before we came on. It's like I'm not used to you guys speaking back to me. I call you everything under the sun, but you never speak back. So.
Mark, I was just having a quick look at. I've seen your website a few times. I've had a look at it again. Your character comes through in your words, man. Like, so obviously you're a designer, but you're a full creative. That's a huge part of your brand, right? There's this fun energy. Yeah.
I mean, I would class myself as a covering graphic designer. I think we can all kind of relate to that, and that's kind of where I started out from. But absolutely, it was a switch that was made quite early on in Flux, where we decided just to be ourselves, and I think that's when it kind of really clicked for the brand and the kind of energy and stuff. Is just be who we are rather than try. I think when you first start out in business, maybe you guys can relate to this. When you're trying to be something that you're not. Again, business is kind of like growing up. When you're younger, you're kind of like you want to be older. You think you know it all, and you try to be what you think other people want you to be, especially in our industry. And about kind of a couple of years, and I'm not fuck it. Let's lean into it. I mean, the biggest change is the name Flux, whereas before we were kind of flux means that the creative process and the creative it's always in flux, and we're just trying to deliver something, and that's what the full stop in our logo is we're delivering and it's just like screw that. It's because of Back to the Future. The moment that we kind of realized that and leaned into that and just look, we're just massive geeks. Let's just put the geekness out there and attract other geeks. And it was from that point we kind of marmited the brand. I think that was a kind of turning point. From that point was, yeah, just be who you are. Put it out there.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't like that, tough.
Well,
You know what I mean?
you do exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and what you probably teach and preach to clients as well, is that you want to stand out from the kind of sea of sameness, boring kind of usual industry standards that are out there. You've got character, you've got personality, and there's one thing, like if I saw your website without your logo, I'll recognize it, and it wouldn't take long for me. And but also just not even how it looks, but even that tone as well. So that's really important, as we know.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do anything that any sort of form of communication is that I post about it this week about. I treat it as I'm talking to someone directly. It's very much conversational, and collaborative. I'm going to use the word collaboration a lot. It's one of my missions this year to wear out the word collaboration, and it's about that. And I think that's where the kind of energy lies in collaboration, that collaborative energy. I called myself a collaborative energy vampire this week as well. So it's kind of that's what's been, and it's important for that to come through, and just because it feels natural. There's not that kind of transition from here's what people think we are, and then it's exhausting trying to be something that you're not. You know what I mean? And when you can just relax and go, right, now I can start wearing Hawaiian shirts. I can start showing pictures of me on the toilet. Actually, the toilet picture, funnily enough, was a turning moment. It's kind of when Flux decided, you know what? Maybe not, although I'm suited and booted in it. It was actually, we all walked past the toilet, my business partner at the time, myself and the photographer, and we all looked at the toilet and went, shall we? Yes, let's do it. So it wasn't planned, it wasn't scripted, it was just, let's just do it. Yeah, even the dog thinks it's a good idea. But yeah, so it's kind of that. So and it's that kind of captures that energy of if the dog's got an opinion. I mean, not everybody's a fan.
No, I think
No.
she's saying that she is a fan, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, she loved it.
Very quickly then, Mark, do you want to kind of tell us how you started? Did you start off as a graphic designer then? Is that...
Yeah, I mean, how far back do you want the origin story to go? Because since I'm now officially in my 50s, thank you, I know I don't look it.
No way.
Oh, what? Yes, officially.
I can't imagine you're that younger than Ash and Wes.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
like spring chicken, that. Come on.
I mean, we're creatives, guys. I mean, we don't do manual labor, so I mean, we age very, very slowly. Although I had a tough paper round. But yeah, no, it was just. I mean, when you talk in your 50s, hindsight kicks in, which is a lovely thing. And so a lot of what I kind of looking back on those kind of formative years and things that kind of informed why I do what I do. I guess it all kind of started one of the radioactive spiders in my origin story that bit me was at school. Although I hated secondary school with a passion, not learning the school itself. I came from a fairly rough area in Aberdeen, a place called Tillydrone, which even the name sounds rough, and I still get kind of flashbacks and PTSD to that paper round. But it was the people there didn't want 90% of the people, including the teachers and the students, didn't want to and didn't want to learn. But always ever the positive, I thought, right, I'm going to utilize this energy and get the hell out of here as quickly as I can. You know what I mean? I'll get the exams and so I left at 5th year, got what I need and got the hell out of there. 2 loves I had at school, 2 best things that kind of come out of that, apart from a couple of long-time friends, was a love for art and a love for physics. So when I left and walked out that doors, I had 2 choices that I could have, 2 directions I could have went. I could have went physics at uni, or I could have went art in college. And I decided to go the art route. And that's kind of where it started. That's where kind of creativity started, but still with a love of physics. And again, since I've gotten older, I've kind of realized why I liked both and why the creative mind kind of likes things. And it's why. It's understanding why things work and how things work. But yeah, so from there, college for 4 years. You know what art college is like, guys. It's, you know, are you really learning anything? But it was great. It was just exploring every aspect, trying absolutely everything while we were there. And that was just the student union. And then from there, out, no work, nothing. A year of stacking shelves. And this was pre-internet days. So long ago we're talking about. So it was literally walking the streets with portfolio in hand, knocking on doors. You know, it was going through the yellow pages, phoning people up. Remember, we used to do that, actually phone people on a landline, writing letters to people, asking people, you know, have you got any work going? If not, can I come in and show you my portfolio? You know, equal measures, character building and soul destroying. Until one day I managed to get into a studio. It was it was 4 weeks temporary work. Got into I thought I just need to get in and get some experience. 12 years later, I was their senior designer. I mean, I don't know if they just forgot I was there, but it was in a kind of print factory as well. So I went and spent all spare time I had down in the print room with the litho guys and just absorbing everything I could, because I thought this is going to be important. I need to know how these things work. And again, come back to why things work. From there, kind of through several careers until 2015, where Aberdeen, don't know if you guys know, but is an oil city. You know, it's with the North Sea and stuff like that. So there's a big oil slump, and Aberdeen basically just collapsed in on itself. So 2 weeks before Christmas 2015, taken into a meeting and told, right, your Christmas due's not happening. And then, oh, by the way, you're also facing redundancy. Merry Christmas. So
yeah, cheers.
Yeah, so I took voluntary redundancy, got a decent payout, had some money squirreled away, enjoyed Christmas and New Year. 2016, thought, yeah, now what the fuck am I going to do? As we all do, set up myself freelance. Had my MacBook, went out there, and so there's never been any master plan. It's just the universe kind of giving me a kick on the arse.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can resonate with that story. I think a lot of us have experienced that, especially people that have kind of gone out and gone into the solo work. I want to talk to you about, so when we invited you on, we asked you what do you want to talk about, and you said brand energy.
Yes.
Think about this. Like, what is it? What did you have in mind? And why is it important? And I think you mentioned something about when things get stuck, this is how you activate it. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so kind of linking back to my love for physics. So and tying that into kind of collaboration as well. So there's the law of conservation of energy in physics, which states that energy can either be created nor destroyed. It can only transition from one state to another. So with energy within a brand, if a brand doesn't have energy within it, it's not going to have any energy without it. So it's not going to appear magically. So there needs to be the right sort of energy within a business to start with. And that happens through collaboration. That happens basically playing on something that you kind of mentioned in a post recently, Martin, about it being like archaeology. Yeah, when you're kind of tapping into where that spark actually is. And it starts with, and I only work with business owners and founders, it starts with inviting them to share their story. And that's kind of when it starts. And I don't know if you guys get this as well, but sometimes when an owner or a founder is speaking about why they do what they do, is you can sometimes tell it's the first time they've actually verbalized it. It's the first time they've actually said all this shit out loud.
Yeah.
They've thought about it, but it's the first time they've actually said it. And it's a bit like, as the story comes out, and it's a bit like sieving through an archaeological dig. You know what I mean? You're sieving through a lot of stuff, but you're just looking for that little spark, the little glint of something. That's something that stands out. And then you go, oh. And then I realized, I think it was, you had it on Steve Johnson. You had on a few water coolers ago. And he mentioned something about hidden power. The question that he asked you guys is, do you have a hidden power that you bring to the table? It was actually that moment I realized that sieving and that spark is 10-year-old me in my head. And when somebody says something in their story, and 10-year-old me goes, oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's the start of tapping into the energy, because something shifts at that moment. Now, when you're telling a story, somebody's listening to your story. It's a good feeling. You start feeling comfortable and confident, and somebody's actually paying attention and interested in what you've got to say.
Yeah.
But as a moment, if you turn around and they say something and go, "Oh, that's cool," the energy changes. You can see them; their eyes kind of widen up. There's that spark in their eyes, and somebody else thinks what I do is cool. And it starts off, their energy rises, my energy rises, because I get excited about seeing their energy rise, and all of a sudden we've got an energy feedback loop. Now, that's not saying that thing that's cool or that little bit artifact that you found with archaeology is going to be the secret to everything, but it's a start. The energy's being tapped into, and it's just kind of exciting it. And I guess part of my process is I get excited. I'm an exciter at that point to energize
Is that the kind of businesses you work with? Then, kind of founder-owned businesses that kind of lost their way a little bit. Then, and you're there to kind of re-energize their business and their brand.
Absolutely. I mean, it's literal time travel. I take them back to that day one, or even before that moment they got out of bed one morning and, no, fuck it, I'm doing this. And what they felt at that point, that's the energy that we need to tap into. That's what and it's basically reconnecting, like you say, re-energizing them, plugging them back into it. Because without that within the business, the brand outside the business is not going to have any energy. It's not going to magically appear. So it's a transference of that energy, but not all the energy. It's not like taking all that energy and just blasting it out there. It's channeling.
Sorry, go on.
No. It's about channeling certain energy to certain areas. Of some of it needs to stay inside, some of it needs to blast out.
Yeah. So take us through that process then, and I'm sure everyone is a little bit different. That initial part is kind of breaking the ice, energizing them a little bit. What else do you do? And again, I guess it depends on what their initial problems are. But do you have a typical process?
Yeah, I mean, it starts off with that discovery session. We've all got a form of that, and we all probably call it something different. I mean, I certainly call it the discovery session, but I call it the excite session or the lightning bolt session, because we're going to try and tie in Flux in Back to the Future at some point. And it is about that, but I guess jumping forward to what we're trying to achieve. Now, the official grown-up term that I have is creative director. I mean, I couldn't direct my way out of a paper bag, but I can do it creatively, though. I guess I class myself more as a maker than anything else. But even that's not entirely accurate, because none of us on this call build brands or make brands, or, but what we do is create environments that allow brands to happen. You know what I mean? And to form in the right way. So in that way, I make or help make brands happen or brands work, depending on what stage the business has.
Yep.
And this is kind of the way I look at it. And I've always been, and I'll tie this bit to the water cooler. I've got, my business coach says I've got a butterfly brain. It flits from flower to flower, and sometimes it comes back to the original flower. If it doesn't, tell me. I also just tell me when to shut up, because I will start going, off on tangents.
No, you're doing good, man.
And also the northeast of Scotland, we speak at 5,000 miles an hour. Right? I'm conscious effort to slow things down. So if I become unintelligible, that's why it works in the chat, because you can understand what the hell I'm on about.
I didn't understand one bit, but I really love your shirt.
Hey, as long as the shirt does it for you, Martin, that's all that matters. That's all. It's what's below the shirt. That's what's going to be. See?
I would love that. Even better, guarantee.
But yeah, it's about, again, it's collaboration. It's what is that environment? It's an experience that we're trying to create, because that's where brand comes from, is the experience that people have engaging with the product or service of a business. It's that thing, but it's taking it further. It's a collaborative experience. Yeah, it's not just, to me, collaboration is, and as I say, when I lost my business partner, It forced me to look at everything, and collaboration is absolutely everywhere. How I define collaboration is any interaction that changes the thought of changes the direction of a thought, feeling, or idea. So if you look at that point of view, anything can be collaboration. And if you take it further, if around that table, collaboration only works when everybody around that table equally respects and values each other as the expert in what they do. Yeah. And also everybody's got the same amount of time to talk, to be listened to, and to be heard. Yeah. That's the only way it works. Where businesses sometimes get it wrong with that experience is they do all the talking.
Yeah.
And they don't allow their audience any part to play in it.
So on that point, Mark, you've been doing this for a really long time, and you're obviously passionate about collaboration. But collaboration can be tricky between creative people, right? Because the creative person becomes the work, and especially early in their career, right? It's very hard for creative people to get feedback, to accept feedback, and to use that feedback in their advantage. And you said something really interesting. It only works if both parties that are participating to this collaboration are willing to do the collaboration. Did you always find yourself being a natural collaborator, or is that something that you grow into it? And how would you help, or what would you say to other people that are looking to collaborate more in their creative work?
No, I didn't always. I mean, going through my career, it was very much, you're just told what to do, and the collaboration kind of wasn't there. As I say, it was fairly recently I understood what collaboration actually meant in its purest form. What you got to do, and it's difficult, is try and find those people that value what you do and what you bring to the table. I see when I'm working with a client project, they're a fellow collaborator. They're the expert at that side table and the expert at this side of the table, and we've got to value that. If neither one values that, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Yes, with different creatives, it can be difficult as well. But again, you've got to say, do you value? Not just understanding not any one of us around the table has all the answers. You know what I mean? It's that saying I don't have the answers. But once you know that, it's kind of easier to, when somebody says, well, I don't agree with this, then you're not taking it personally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're taking it, oh, that's a different point of view, a different perspective. And that's one of the best things that comes out of collaboration is different perspectives.
That's right.
And that's the biggest energy that comes from collaboration is you could go in thinking, I know this about this, and I think this way. You guys, again, with the water cooler, every time I tune in, I leave thinking, well, that's a different way of looking at things. That's actually kind of bounce that idea in a completely different direction. That's a different spin. I'm going to now kind of utilize that, and I'm going to start looking at things like that. As I say, the time when I was kind of forced to kind of fly solo, I was obviously desperately looking for other people to kind of collaborate with. Hence me stretching out beyond just traditional collaboration was two people working together on a project. You even can collaborate with a project. This is the thing that kind of blew my mind is, when you're looking at a blank page and you're kind of, whatever your process is, if you're constantly trying to batter that idea down on the paper, that's not collaboration. You're doing all the talking. You're not giving the problem, the idea, your subconscious a chance to say anything. So we all know best thing to do, walk away, do something else. You're collaborating with the project. You know what I mean? It's it's that sort of, you get into that mindset. And you guys were there at the right time when I was like, I need people to collaborate with. Now, how do you collaborate if I'm watching something on LinkedIn? That's not collaboration. I'm not, but I am. I'm chatting. There's viewpoints. There's 4 different viewpoints coming at me.
It's tricky, isn't it? Especially in a small place like Cyprus. I always say to people when we're talking about this, to other agencies owner and other creatives and other strategies, that Cyprus is such a tiny place and everyone is focused on the wrong sea. Everyone is focused on the competitive sea versus the collaborative sea, and it's really hard to switch the conversation into that. But the reality is that, like, if you do collaborate on things, and Wes will tell you more, you don't have one perspective, you don't have 2 perspectives, you have 3 perspectives, right? And then all of a sudden the chances to actually create something wrong from the client perspective are limited, and there are no biases. But it's tricky. I found myself collaborating really well with people that I like a lot. I like Wes. very much. I like Ash very much, although I don't know really the reason why behind it. It just happens because they're fuckers. But you know, I still love them. And you know, there is no sugar coating, right? If it's shit, it's shit, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
why it's shit. If it's great, it's great. But I know that it's always going to be a pure answer. And every time that answer comes to something that I'm doing, I know that the project is being elevated by tons, you know, by multiple of X's, just by having the opportunity to have these people in your network where you can bounce ideas off, and then just add more to your thinking.
It's the bouncing ideas, Martin. That's where the energy comes from. You know, an idea bouncing around in your own head does nothing apart from bounce around in your head. Take that idea out and bounce it to another human being or something else that's going to give a different spin on it.
Yeah,
that idea comes back energized. That is that collaboration that kind of feeds the energy and keeps it alive, keeps it going. So if we're talking about and kind of back to where that's where a brand comes from, is a collaborative experience. Is I start that process right at the very start. It's easier to create a collaborative experience from a collaborative experience. And even right the way through to the deliverables, they've got to be seen as more than just an asset pack in a guidelines. You know what I mean? They're triggers. They should remind people of the energy that's there and how best to kind of use it and serve it. So I always speak with guidelines. I mean, fuck, we've all done them. You know what I mean? There are these things that kind of sit in a drawer, and it's like it's got to be more than that. I want, when I involve that or different names, a brand book, you know what I mean, or whatever we want to call it. I want them just to look at it, just to see the cover of it and go, yes, fuck yes, that's us. That's what we do. And the energy's right there, switched on straight away. You know what I mean? I guess one of the turning points, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but back in the day when you were doing guidelines, and I did many, we've all done them, identity guidelines, you know what I mean? And I used to work for oil companies, oil and gas and stuff, and they were like this thick, you know what I mean, where everything was millimeter, you know what I mean, precision. It was just like, that's laws, that's not guidelines.
That's corporate.
But it was the one page, and I swore I would never put this in anything that I give any of my clients ever again, was, you know, that page was what not to do with the logo. It's like, fuck me, come on. Really, if you don't know that flipping it round, stretching it, changing the color is not what you're supposed to do, you shouldn't be anywhere near the fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's that sort of, you know what I mean? And it's like, really? That's not what it's for. And it was just, from that moment, it was just kind of like, no, there's got to be more to it. You know, and what is this thing? You know what I mean? Yes, it's intangible, but it's got to be energy. We're in a physical universe, and physics tells us everything is made from energy. So brands should be no different. Interaction, collaboration should be no different. It's all energy transference from one person to another. Expand that beyond business and audience. Brand is formed from that collaborative energy.
So, Mark, going into like brands that are, you know, are kind of either looking for this energy shift, or they're trying to figure out, you know, if their brand is turning flat, if they've lost the spark. Like, what kind of advice can you give to them to try and, you know, re-engage or reignite that spark? Like, where I think there's twofold in that. Like, what's the signs when things are going wrong? And that's probably obvious, but I'll state it. And then second fold of that question is like, how do we reignite it? How do we bring it back?
That's a good question, Wes. Did you ChatGPT it?
No, I was just waiting.
Wow, you're switched on, mate.
I had a really long time to think about it.
Well
That's
done.
not like you, Wes. Well done.
Minutes.
I guess it's that feeling of flatness, that feeling that it's just something. It's not what they thought it was going to be. You know, it's not like what they dreamt about kind of day one. It's just they've got a good going business. They're selling the thing that they do, but they can't get beyond that. It's just they're known for selling a thing, and they kind of just feel that there's something more. But it's just the day-to-day, constantly chasing the churn, constantly chasing new clients to buy their thing. The pressure's on the thing that they do, or the thing that they make, to constantly be reinvented. You know what I mean? And they're just stuck. The best way of getting out of that is an outside perspective. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from a creative, but someone that's not just going to tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? Someone is going to go in and say, what the are you doing? You know what I mean? Why are you not doing that? That's the bit that's cool, not this. You know what I mean? There's a thing that I use, and it's nothing new, and you guys will probably have a version of it or use the same thing, is people don't give a shit about the light bulb, they want the light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's been too much focus on the light bulb.
Yeah.
And there's a pressure on light bulb to keep delivering when it's just people actually want the light. That's what they're actually after. You know what I mean? Where a lot of businesses fall into that trap is they go straight out there because the energy, all their energy at the start has been put into this light bulb. And they love it. I think it's the best. Like, they've spent hours and months and years perfecting this thing. They put it out there, and the people don't give a shit. And they can't come to terms with that. They're like, why do they not love it? Why do they not love it the same way I do? Why do they not get it? It's like, because people don't. And that's one of the biggest hurdles, and certainly when you founders and owners, is that realization that nobody will care about it in the same way you do. It's not the same energy. The energy they're putting into it is not the right energy that's coming out, and then they get frustrated, so that energy gets kind of tamped down, and they just basically compromise and live with the fact that, well, as long as people are buying it, it's okay. Now, fine, you might want to continue doing that. You can have a fairly successful business doing that. That's fine. A lot of churn, but it's going to take a lot longer. But it's those people who go, I want it to be more than that. I want it. I want something. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not loving it. I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? Get someone to listen to your story, and when you say a certain thing, they go, that's cool.
But,
you know what I mean?
But Mark, surely you don't get hired by your clients to fix their energy, right? So I think I get 100% what you're saying. I guess they are not getting it, right? So how do you translate their request and their diagnosis of their condition into your prescription on working on the energy?
Yeah, I don't know. If you can figure that out, let me know. That'll weirdly, when I use the physics analogy, people seem to understand it more than try to explain brand. You know what I mean? It's like if I big out there and the people go, "Oh, I get that."
Yeah, we are all in the same boat, you know. I think you're talking about energy. Some other people talk about purpose. We talk about brand. I think it's all a clusterfuck, right? And no one really knows what it is. So I wanted to see what is your perspective of, like, what do they believe they're suffering with versus what you kind of like prescribe them, and how you bridge that gap.
I guess it's certainly because the Flux brand is high energy anyway, and it's only going to attract a certain amount of people, or a certain type of person. So all I focus on initially with anybody is just, let's get on a call, let's get on a chat, and then from there let them frame it however they want to frame it. Don't try and force it in and go, oh, that's actually brand, or this is that. It's like, they want to call it whatever they want to call it. I'm down with that. Call it what you like. You know what I mean? It's all the same thing. It's just that's how they get their head around it.
Yes.
Then fine, because I'm not there to teach them about brand. That's not my purpose in the collaboration. And likewise, I'm not there to learn everything about what they do. It's not about that. It's kind of like an equation in physics or maths. They know A, I know B. Together we create C. You know what I mean? It's that, and C being collaboration. See what I did that? You know, be brand. You know, it's all good. You know, I've thought about this stuff. You know what I mean? This is not just making it up on the fly. 90% of it is, but but it is. It's. I've yet to find. I think any of us in this would be liars if we found that perfect thing or way of attracting people in a way that it works 100% all the time. But coming back to one of your I think your other point, Martin, is I look for people that I like, and that's what that first chat's about. It's energy. Are we sharing the same energy, or would I be able to go for a beer with you? You know what I mean? Could I hang out with you? It's kind of that, because I'm fortunate I run my own business, and I'm now at a stage. Flux is going to turn 9 this year, where I can be a bit more selective, but I think the Flux brand does that for me, and the brands, when they work, as you know, will repel as many people as they attract. If they're not doing that, they're not doing it right. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. But it's a certain energy people are attracted to. Again, I'm putting that energy out there certain people are being attracted by it, but I'm allowing them to add their energy to it, a collaborative experience. It's not about being very dictative about, right, go to A, go to B, go to C, and then we'll do the work, and then here's your thing delivered.
Yeah.
It's almost saying like, let's make B a little bit more ambiguous. Let's leave a bit of space for them to add their own choices and spin. Allow them ownership. Let them feel in control of it, not just me telling them, or not the brand telling them everything, how to do everything all the time. You know what I mean? That's where the energy kind of comes from. That's what feeds the experience, and that's what will compel them to go and shout about it from the rooftops. You know
Mark,
what I mean?
I've got a question, and it's going back to your earlier point about collaboration and working with people, not necessarily clients, if I understood right.
Yeah.
You said you started reaching out with others to collaborate and work with them, because I think this is going to be super interesting to some of the people in the audience here. How did you go about that? And did you just start reaching out to people? And
I mean, yeah.
what did you do together?
Effectively, yeah, just going out there and treating everything, any form of communication is a conversation with any, and that's commenting on social media posts, that's going to networking, and it's just about getting that conversation and treat them. I go into any kind of conversation, not expecting them to be a client or a fellow creative collaborator or anything like that. Just I'm listening to their story and then pointing out again that that's cool, and seeing where it goes. Now they might, and there's a couple that are working on just now that are people not within the creative space. It's not an actual paying project or anything like that. It's just a thought experiment, and one's a finance director, and one's an exit strategist, and it's been fascinating because it's completely different, points of view and perspectives that are absolutely changing the way I kind of look at things. I've never been one to follow someone else's path. Not through any arrogance or ego. Well, okay, I'm a creative and I'm an only child, so it is about arrogance and ego.
Yeah.
But there's like books. People say, you read this book, read that book, and I know you guys kind of speak about books a lot, and I'm like, well, I don't read books, and that makes me sound ignorant. I don't read books. I read books to switch off. I read books for recreation, so fictional books. So if I read a book by Martin Neumeyer or stuff like that, I can't get into it because it's just my brain goes, too fast, too quickly, in too many directions. Plus, it doesn't fit in my head. It doesn't. That's Marty's way. It's or anybody else's way, and it's just like I can't. I'm spending too much time to trying a square peg into a round hole. But I take parts. I take bits. I take. You know what I mean? I kind of use it. I've perfected my chili recipe over the years, but I took bits from lots of different other recipes that I liked, and I put it together, and I've perfected that over time.
We want.
And it's the best chili you'll ever. It's fantastic.
We want.
Oh, it's good. It's good. But it's that sort of thing. You'll show me a path through the woodlands. You know what I mean? A woodland walk and stuff like that. You have a path, but I'll be within 5 minutes. Oh, what's off that down there? And I'm off wandering about, and I can still see the path, and I'm still going the same destination, but I've got to figure out my own way. Coming back to collaboration and energy, and what attracted me with the water cooler is, like I say, I was kind of a bit lost. I'm not going to lie. It was at a point where, do I still keep going with Flux? And I've not really admitted that to many people. And I was kind of like, yeah, do I just call this a day? Do I go and do something else? Do I, because I was looking around people and I was like, I've got a way of thinking about what I do. Am I the only one that thinks this way? Because I'm listening to other people and nobody's, they're saying kind of similar things, but nothing's really feeling right. And then, yeah, I mean, I generally can't remember which one of you is I started stalking on LinkedIn first. According to LinkedIn last year, Ash seems to be you. LinkedIn.
Oh, you started from the wrong. You started from the wrong one then.
But then very quickly. But what attracted was a certain energy. It was kind of like the way you described our industry was kind of like that fit in my head. That just slotted in. I'm like, ooh, right. I'm not by myself. I am. There's someone else that thinks the same way I do about it. Not exactly, different enough to make it interesting. And then Wes, then Martin, and then, like I say, 3 of you separately, and all of a sudden it was like, holy shit, you do this thing called the water cooler. that's cool. You're all in wham.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It was just like the universe. I'm a great believer the universe gives you nudges in the right.
Same.
It puts you where you need to be.
Yeah.
If you don't get it first time, it'll give you a harder nudge the second time.
Yeah.
So something like that, the fact I thought, hold on, I found these three guys, but they're all connected anyway. There's got to be something in that.
Mm.
And it was that kind of just going, right, I'm going to keep doing this because I'll just keep going my own way and making it work for me. And that's when I kind of really started exploring different perspectives, different collaborations, looking for collaboration. I mean, the point now where I can go out for a walk somewhere and collaborate while I'm walking because something will just spark an idea off and it'll just be like, yes, open to it. There's a thing called glimmers I was introduced to. Don't know if you've heard of that. It's something that happens during your day that just gives you joy, that just makes you smile for no reason whatsoever. That, to me, collaboration. You know what I mean? There's something about it that's just there's energy kind of there, coming from it, and it's been open to it. It's the moments. It's been open. And again, that's the collaborative experience. Is when I'm listening to someone's story. Coming back to that, it's not thinking about going too far. It's listening and waiting, recognizing the moment and letting it happen.
It's funny,
not
like
letting it disappear.
You frame it that way, like, so the amount of times that, especially when we speak to bigger guests, right, they always ask, like, not only viewers, but they always like, oh, you know, who's your core audience? And it's like you framing it as people you like we say the similar thing, but I think for us, like, what's happened naturally and organically with our crowd, including yourself and including the people who are in there on the right now, is that these likable people have all realized that actually just rocking up and listening to people who are going to be honest, raw and unfiltered is kind of the environment they want to be in. And
Amen.
When you lean into collaboration, that's really kind of what it is, right? It's having the confidence to say what you want and being in an environment that nothing's shamed at, and just being around people that's going to value your opinion, whether it's right, wrong, or unequal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what, Wes, like saying what you want, how you want it. I think there is a lot of political correctness bullshit going on right now that you have to just be careful how you open your mouth because you're gonna be eaten alive. I just wanna be with people that I don't need to have a filter. You know, I don't need to have a facade. And I want to say something, I'm going to say something, you know, and don't have to excuse myself, reshape it, reframe it, and put the political correctness bullshit on top of it. You know, it's fucking tiring nowadays, you know, to talk with people and collaborate with people because there are just too many layers. Like, I just want to go back to the fucking basics and do great work with great people and just say it as it is. You know what I mean?
And just to follow that, go on, sorry, Mark, but just to follow that on, right? He's like being kind of, you know, the collaborator that I am, that, you know, I've always had this vision to bring people in. I started my business with it in America the same way. I find moving to the UK a challenge. I found the acceptance of collaboration was a wrong thing. Like, you know, I've been in many arguments and, you know, wrong, I wouldn't say arguments, but offensive to me conversations with recruiters where I've been trying to sell in a business. I've been trying to, you know, I went the guerrilla way to find work. And for people that were hiring multiple freelancers, I would reach out to those teams and be like, I can put a team in that business that knows each other, that all can work together. And they would turn around to me and say, we're just looking for 5 freelancers, Wes. And I'd be like, but I can give you a team of 7 and I can manage it and you can have 1 point person. And I got so much resistance from that. Knowing the fact that I'd had a model like that in America, that worked with huge agencies, and hence we're called confidential for going in and out of business and nobody knows, right? I came back to this country 10, 11 years ago, and it's took me so long to find that group of people who are willing to accept collaboration in that sense. And I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if you've had resistance towards it, but
you know, I mean,
and the old breed ain't liking it at all.
I mean, I did nothing more so at all. The northeast of Scotland are, I mean, but they're people work with people, but they can be very closed and it's to their detriment. We should shout a lot about more than what we do up here. So but then the way that I use that as a positive is there'll be people out there that kind of they're looking for someone to go, just tell your story however you want to tell it. You know what I mean? It's an open, like you said, Martin, an open and safe space to allow those moments to happen. Because when things are too restrictive and they're just too process driven, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the 90% of the machine.
Yeah,
the
then it's fucking
10%,
Instagram, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
fucking fake.
but the 10% magic's lost.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's there's no room for it. You know, it's just like, oh, we just need 5 freelancers because it's just a machine. We'll just plug those in. It's like, well, no. It's got to be people that work together, that can work together, that get along, that will, and not necessarily get along, but will bounce off each other well.
We'll feed to each other energy, right? Like
exactly. The energy. It's the energy transference. The energy kind of feedback loop. You know what I mean? I get no more excited when somebody feels comfortable enough. It's an honor that somebody's comfortable enough to tell me their story.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's not going to be the be all and end all, because it's not all about that, but it's just enough for them to go, right, I buy into this. I start believing in myself. I always say to anybody about the branding that we do, is the first person it should excite, inspire, motivate is you. Because if it doesn't, it ain't going to do it for anybody else.
Mate.
So we've got to get you to that state first. You know what I mean? You know, it's moments of collaboration, moments of inspiration, moments of motivation, moments of anticipation. You know what I mean? If brand is based on experience, branding's the anticipation of the experience. You know what I mean? People want this, but it starts with the person who's delivering it. They don't feel it. Zero energy. There we go.
No one else is gonna buy it, right? If you internally don't feel it, then externally, how you expect other people to get it? You know. And there is a beautiful quote by Dixon. It says like, "How well a brand is understood externally depends from how well it's understood internally."
Yeah.
And Mark, everything that you said, it makes sense, and it all goes back to that very first thing that you said. That good things started to happen when you started to be authentic with yourself, and putting down the facade, and putting yourself as you are out there to attract the right people. And that's what people get wrong about branding, and most fundamentally about personal branding. They confuse personal branding with influencer branding, which is all about fucking botox and fake boobs and shit like that on Instagram. But in reality is like, if you go out there with a personal brand that is really that is your best chance in the universe to attract other people that are like yours, and make friends, make business partner, find your lover, find collaborators or whatever.
Exactly.
If you're not yourself out there, the real people that you need in your life, they're never gonna come, isn't it?
Exactly. People see through it. Again, it's a different form of energy you're giving off. It's the energy you're putting on this facade it's the wrong sort of energy that puts people off. You know what I mean? Because people can see through it. They might not understand why, but they feel like something's off. You know what I mean? And it's when you start tapping, and like I say, I've just recently kind of gone down this rabbit hole of energy and try to mash, because life's not complicated enough. Why not mash physics and brand together? You know what I mean? I've got nothing better to do. But yeah, it just kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? It just kind of gets it. And like you say, put yourself out there. Be you. I know it's cliched, but it's less tiring, and you'll end up, like I say, attracting the people that you want to. People like you.
Much cheaper on any level, energy level, money level, and anything.
Oh, just you know what I mean. And it means you can enjoy what you do, and surely that's at the point, is have some fun, help other people where I can. I see my responsibility as a business owner is helping my fellow business owners wherever I can, what I mean? And I'll get something in return. And if we can make life a little bit better, guys, good, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? It's not always about, I want to work on this brand, or I want to be on that project and stuff like that. Wherever it goes. I mean, the universe will decide. You know what I mean? It'll let me know what's going to happen. Mrs. T, my wife, she had a saying. She says, "I don't believe things happen for a reason, but I think it's a reason things happen." You know what I mean? And I'm just a great believer that the universe crosses your paths with certain people at certain times, and either it's a good fit or it's not. And I'm open and honest with people on calls. Say, look, this isn't working for whatever reason. There's no point going any further. Or I like you. I want to work with you. I think we can have some fun and create something awesome. Are you in?
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Does it need to be more complicated than that.
I think that's the point of life. I think that should be the point of work, right? Just helping people and having fun with it. Mark, before we go into the favorite segment of the show by the one and only Wes Henstock, there is a really good question by a friend of mine, Sophia. Shout out, Cory. Tikaris, Cory. Go, Sophia. So Sophia is asking, dear Mark, everything that you have shared, it's so valuable. Double exclamation mark.
Wow.
I love it and I hear it. You mentioned that your pure definition of collaboration is every interaction that changes emotion, ideas, and perspective. What kind of interaction do you think leaves the deepest mark on a person? One that changes how they feel, how they think, and how they see the world.
Ooh.
Deep.
That is. I think is that somebody just listening to it and paying attention to it and then recognizing it and sharing your love of it. You know what I mean? That again, it's the 10-year-old me in my head going, that's cool, and actually saying that out loud. And every time I've kind of done that, somebody goes, well, what? That thing I just said, yeah, that's cool, is it? And then they realize, they remember, that is cool. What I do is, I actually, somebody telling you something else that you do is cool. Somebody telling you that you're cool makes you feel good. You know what I mean? It's that, even the smallest thing of somebody smiling at you changes your entire day. Yeah, and I'm a great believer in that.
And we're fucking losing it.
The next decision you make will be made from a happy place.
Yeah,
I loved it.
You know what I mean? It's that. So it can be as small as, or I did a post last year about the pansy divot. I'm going to leave it at pansy divot. You can go and check it out. And this thing makes you smile. The amount of engagement that got about, you know what I mean? And it's just something simple. You know what I mean? It's really simple. And it's like, it's the small things. The small things have the big, and that's cliched and cheesy as fuck, but it is. It's the little, it's not always about the big swings.
No.
It's not always about the big swings. It's the little stuff. So that little smile, or somebody just going, that's fucking cool. That's enough. But
I think listening intentionally, is that what you said, isn't it? I think with many things that we do nowadays are not intentional, right? Even when we watch a movie, we're scrolling on the phone, and when we're talking to a person, we pick up the phone again, and there is very, very, very little intention. I think it was a really smart question, really simple, really smart. Just listen and care.
Listen, care, and allow the moment to happen, and allow it to exist. You know what I mean? Don't be too quick to just, let's do something with it. No. Again, Martin, you a post about getting the creative coming in too soon, and I had Ian, who's in the audience today. We had a call about it, and it was actually last week when one of the coolers you're on about sucking things off and things like that. We were having a laugh at this. We were talking about premature creativity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Premature creativity. I love that.
It's like not even that. Don't just let it room to exist
and
cherish it and get excited by it and feel the energy from it. You know what I mean? It all sounds a bit fluffy, but trust me, guys. Anybody out there, tap into that. Watch somebody's face when they're telling your story and you go, "That's cool." Just look at their face. Just the joy on their, and you've done that. And all you've done is just say, "I think that's cool." You know what I mean? It's a wonderful thing.
I think we've got our first cooler audience challenge right there. Have we not? Let's just set it off. Let's just in 2 weeks, we want to know who's used those magic lines. Well, that's cool.
That's cool. Tap into the 10-year-old you in your head.
Mate, let's go for it.
You know what I mean? It's a powerful thing. And I give it to you all.
I'll tell you what has been cool, having you on the water cooler.
Why are you trying to end it though?
It's been really, really cool.
So, you're getting rid of me.
I'm not trying to end it.
Have you seen this?
We're done. Okay, sure.
Ash needs to pee. That's why he needs to pee. That's his pee face.
Yeah.
I just want us to sit with it for the next 10 minutes.
What do you want to say? Your pee.
Yeah. Go on, Wes.
I just want to know, so why the choice of the shirt today? Is that your favorite one, or were you trying to?
No, it's just one of many that I have.
The next question was, how many have you got?
I used to have 52, one for every weekend. Because when I was back in the day, I used to buy one. I used to walk into whatever Top Man or Burton's and go, the ones that they had lots of.
Yeah,
it was like that one. I want that one. And this is, although it's now part of my brand, it's like this is what I wear. This is genuinely what I wear when I'm out and about. You know what I mean? Usually it's either a geek t-shirt with a deep cut or something on it. Like yesterday I was wearing Save Ferris t-shirt and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's something that's deep, or Hawaiian shirt. Usually it's inside t-shirt, outside Hawaiian shirt. You know what I mean? Because that's all I have. I don't have anything else. It's just because I like wearing them. But I feel it's like, if you're comfortable, if you feel you're going to do good stuff because you feel like you. And it works, a bit of an icebreaker. Usually people know if I'm on duty, top button's done up. If I'm off duty, top button's open. So it's Friday. It's 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's. I mean, I'm still not going to stand up because nobody needs to see that on a Friday.
Mrs. T she's going to have to watch out, mate. You're on internet.
Honestly, just on that, I know we're lightening up now, but to go a bit personal, like, did it take you time to accept that, like, to allow you to be you in front of people and not get judged?
Yeah. I mean, I come off now. It feels like it's fairly easy to do, but it was a bit. I guess part of it was, are people going to take me seriously?
Yeah, I'm asking that question because of my hat. It's the same thing, you know. Like,
it's kind of that, and it's like, oh, there's this guy who wears Hawaiian shirts. He's not. But it's like, what? And it's a cliche. It's like serious about business, but business doesn't have to be serious. Yeah, and again, understanding that if you don't like that, then we're not going to get along. So let's just not waste anybody's time. You know what I mean?
Serious business doesn't have to be serious. I love that.
Yeah, it took me ages to like get to the comfortable with, like, you know, I say it now, like, people hire me for my mind. They don't hire me for how I dress. You know, and as soon as we get to that, we're fine. But it took me years to get to this. Like, even coming back to the UK, you know, I was repositioning over here, and it took my missus to basically say, get your hat and put your hat on. She was shooting my LinkedIn shots, like, and she's like, put your hat on. I was like, nah. And she's like, come on, Wes. Like, I felt, because in New York it would be a bit more accepted and a bit more open, a bit more loose, because you know. But here I was like, people are just going to think I'm from the hood. They don't want to work with me, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I got reference of hip hop all over me. Like, but it took time to get to that. But now people, you know, I know when I've got the right client, and I've had it with these guys, where the moment we sign a deal, I'll get a meme of a fucking hip hop meme or something on WhatsApp, and I'm like, this is gonna fucking go well. Do you know what I mean?
People get your energy, and that's the thing. It's energy, because you get your energy from that. That's part of your energy. I remember there was and I can't remember the guy's name, but he was doing about the AI generative mascots and stuff. Remember, and we could play with it live. And I put up the one with the dog, and you guys went, "Oh, Mark's put that." You can tell that's him straight away. Because I had him in a Hawaiian shirt with a ginger beard. You know what I mean? Although it's now more white than ginger, but it's the same sort of. It's when you get reference back, or people do Back to Future stuff, or you know what I mean? It's just like,
you know,
that's cool. It's somebody saying "cool" back to me, and it's kind of like, and I'm not doing anything. I'm just being
yourself.
Me, you know, I'm just being me, and it's great. You know, and I'm 51. I can't be anybody else.
Exactly.
It's like, this is it. It's as good as it's going to get.
I'm going to say this before we get to the important question, but the biggest lesson I gave to my son is, like, why try and be everyone else? Like, be yourself, because no one else can take that, right? And once we learn that, everyone else is taken, so you just fucking be yourself.
Just do you. I mean, that's it.
You know what I mean? Like,
but sometimes you got to go through the trying to be someone else.
Man. I had to get there. You had to get there, but we got there. So
we got there. We're all here.
The most important question before you ask Ash his question is, let's roll. Like, what do we sing in the shower, Mark? Like, what's that anthem? Come on.
That's you know, that I've reached the peak now. Wes has asked me what I sing in the shower. Everything's fucking downhill from now on. Take me now. That's it. I've done it.
Come on.
So this is going to be a weird choice and with a twist, and I'll get there. But quick potted history of my music is I grew up listening to Elvis. My mum was an Elvis fan, so much that Mrs. T. Leslie, my wife, ran away to Vegas and got married by Elvis. Born in the 70s, love a bit of disco. Grew up in the 80s, so 80s rock, heavy metal. You know, that's my jam. Lasers again. Wow. There we go. I mean, energy. I mean, come on. The 90s and the early 2000s, I was in the club with the shirts, 52 of them, one for every weekend night. So turning 51, weirdly, that's what I'm getting back more into the 90s stuff. So 90s dance, 90s pop, So, 51-year-old Scottish guy in the shower. What does he sing? Britney Spears, Baby One More Time.
Baby, hit me one more
Mate, it's a
time.
good belt to that.
The twist is, and there's a twist to the tale, I can only sing it while doing a very bad Michael Caine impersonation.
What the fuck?
What, exactly. What the fuck? But now, everybody on the call, go out and listen to it, right? Once you come off the call, listen to it. There's the second or third verse. The way Britney sings, "Oh Baby," sounds exactly like Michael Caine. I shit you not. It honestly, it is. Oh,
That's as bad as the poster I saw the other week. I was at some event and I walked behind the bar and I was like, "Is this for real?" And it was like Cage Against Machine. And the lead singer was a Nicolas Cage impersonator, and they sang Rage Against Machine songs.
As Nicolas, oh,
it's fucking insane. If I'm out and about, I'll shoot that photo. And I'll post it.
There's a great one to listen to. It's Lounge Against the Machine. It's done stuff and it's done in a lounge style. It is. I mean, that is anything like that. See, I love covers, which is like weird, but yeah, Michael Caine, Baby One More Time is what I do when I'm lathering up my narrow regions. So there's a picture for you.
So because you're an avid fan and you've obviously rehearsed this lots, like have you got? Have you got a question for us?
Yes, I do, and I've been thinking about this.
Come on,
lots. So I mean, I've had a list of
them. He's looking shit in it. Look at his face, everyone.
It's going to be an easy one. I mean, you may have noticed I'm a bit of a geek.
No.
I know. It's a surprise. I keep it well hidden. And I'm a collector. I mean, comic books is my first love. I mean, walking in a comic book shop when I was, early teens and stuff, like just blew my mind. And again, one of those radioactive spiders that kind of introduced me to brand and collaborative experience, but just the artwork, the stories. I'm a Spider-Man. That's my man. And I'm currently trying to complete a run of Amazing Spider-Man from 100 to 500. I'm about 60 away. So that's what I do to switch off. Yeah. So the question is, do you guys collect anything? Are you geeks? What are you geeks about? What do you collect? What are you? And not about brand, but what else are you guys into that you obsessively collect?
Should we answer each other's?
Yes.
Should we answer each other's? Wes collects hats.
Yeah, millions.
Wes collects hats.
What does Ash collect?
Ash collects wrong turns on the motorway.
He collects fucking miles or road street names that he's never been down.
That's as well as I collect black shirts.
Oh, he's got a lot of black shirts. Timberland. He loves Timberland.
What do I collect, guys?
Timberland clothes. What the fuck do you collect?
What do you collect?
No.
I guess I'm not a collector.
You collect everything in yellow. Like you buy yellow shit all the time.
Yeah, yellow shit. I buy yellow shit.
Yellow and black.
Yellow
As
shit.
you can see.
I mean,
yellow shit.
Yeah, like Martin will be in a random country where we're working and they'll just see something in the shop that's yellow and he'll be like, "Ooh."
True.
It will be like
Air Miles.
He likes Air Miles. Yeah. But I definitely am like hats. I've got fucking so many fucking hats.
Mate, where's your everything with any name on it, man?
No, not really. Don't paint me that picture. I'll tell I'll tell the world my vices. Like I'm gonna do it now. Okay, hats are definitely one. I've got thousands. I'm not even joking. I've got loads of Jordans.
Wes collects bondage gear. Emily said.
Emily knows me as well. I don't know if she knew me that well, but she knows me. So I have an interesting story. When I started my business in this country, like every client I bought a pair of Jordans for. So every new client I'd buy a pair of Jordans. So I have like Jordans that relate back to a client. So I can say like these are Tate and Lyle, these are Google, these are like, and I've got loads, but I hardly ever wear them. I've got like.
Do you have a shrine? Do you have a cave?
This fucking hates me because of that. Every wardrobe under the bed, in the garage.
Nice.
That's why the kids sleep outside, because Wes needs to store his Jordans.
But I think my biggest and most fun vice is these boys will tell you, you take me to any random place in the world and you throw me in a supermarket.
Oof.
Oh,
Amazing. I am fucking in heaven. Just buying random shit that looks
Just
cool.
random.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, mate, look at the packaging on that shit. Boom, and it'll be gone. And they'll be sat in the car outside waiting for me or something, and I'll be, how'd you be taking my sweet ass time?
Oh, you geek. I love it.
That shit. Mate, I even say packaging. I've got so much shit up here. Like, it's just there.
I do have a few dog jumpers,
But,
anyway. You're right.
It's anything that makes you smile. Surround yourself with things and people and music that moves you physically and emotionally. You know what I mean? It's all that. That's like my cave upstairs is just chock-a-block with collectibles, but they all make me smile.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my playlist on Alexa is eclectic, to say the least. It can go from Presley to Prodigy, you know what I mean, to just random stuff.
Yeah.
But it just makes me feel something, you know what I mean? And it's just...
You have planted a seed, though, in our little private chat here. So I think something that's going to come out at the end of the year, we are now going to do because of you. So,
oh Jesus. Oh, sorry. I can only apologise to the people out there. Nah.
it's a good idea.
Guys,
anything inspire is always worrying.
You're going to do it.
Guys, this is lovely, but actually, jokes aside, I do need to pee.
Oh, come on, man.
So I either go and come back.
No, let's go.
Do you want to come with me? Let's go pee. Let's go pee with Martin.
Go, yeah. It's fine. We're all friends here.
I've got a long ass list here of shouts, so when we want to close, we can close.
Let's do it.
I've got some shouts today. We have had a lively chat today, Mark.
We have had a lively chat.
Yeah, amazing.
No, it's
Emily's your number one fan. Emily's your number one fan. You should talk to her. She's great. I also think someone else in the chat that you should talk to, if you haven't, is Charlotte Leroy. She's actually in Scotland and she's French. So
we're catching up in a couple of weeks. So
that's it. I would say that's a bit of cross-pollination right there going on for sure. You know what I mean?
Cool. Oh, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
collaborate. That's what the water cooler does. When you hang out around the water cooler,
the energy, man.
Who knows what you're going to meet? All cool people, though.
That's right.
The cooler crew.
Cool people.
Mark, where are you going to be in 2 weeks' time on Friday at 4:00?
I'll be hanging around the water cooler.
There you go, mate. There you go. Where else?
Where else are you going to be? I mean, oh no, what date's that? Hold on. Let's do that backtrack.
Oh no, Jalen.
It's the wedding anniversary, and he's gonna cancel the fucking wedding anniversary. Rightly so.
Yeah, I'll just go. Can you go? If I take you through, can you tell Mrs. T?
Yeah, we'll just leave. We'll write you a note.
It's not my. Write my wee note here. Wham says.
Let's do it. Right,
Mark.
Thank
you so much, mate.
Oh no, thank you guys. I mean, really, this is it. Honestly, it's all downhill from here. It's. God love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
And you love you too, Mark. I love you, everyone that came into the show. Thank you so much for being here. That was great,
mate. I love that. I saw it was quiet. I was just really taking it all in, and thinking about it, and we got it. But R.I.P. Chuck Norris. R.I.P. to the power above. Shouting all the woo, woo, woo. The list today in the chat. Woo, we talked about Charlotte Leroy. We talked about Melvin was in. Joy, keeping it alive, was in the chat. We've got New York crew. You've got Ian. You've got even Mario. He's like, I don't know if you guys met Mario, level C, genius.
Sophia from Cyprus.
I was going to say, you've got Roberta. You've got Emily Overton, who's got the coolest dog in the world, and she's back in for 2 weeks in a row. That's amazing. Yeah, man. Sandy, all the way from Montreal. She had a question, but we couldn't really answer it. But maybe we can answer it in the chat.
Daria, Melvin, Inga for Cyprus as well. She had a 5 out of 10 week. Inga, I hope it gets better in the weekend. Yeah. You still have 2 days to turn that out, Inga. I hope that happens.
Yeah. And look at that. Charlotte and Mark are actually meeting up face to face. Now that is the cooler complete.
That is the cooler coming together in real life.
Booyah.
You better do it before Martin wets himself.
Yeah, okay.
I already peed on myself. I need to change. I need to change chair.
You've got
I'm gonna go and speak with my EA that I need a new desk chair.
All right,
I
bye.
watered out from the water cooler. Love you, boys. Have a great
Sign
weekend.
it off.
Take
Love
care.
you. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.